Mr. Rabbit's Big Adventure, written and illustrated by John Hardwick. Mr. Rabbit lived all alone in the land of twilight snow. It always snowed, day after day, night after night. Snow. In the almost dark, he noticed a flower blooming, lovely, yellow. Snow, snow and snow. Mr. Rabbit went to his den. "Look at me," crinkled a book. Mr. Rabbit took the book and sat by the fire. Candles flickered till they sang, "Time for bed." He lay in bed, but couldn't sleep. He had a secret wish. He dreamed of a girl. Her eyes were filled with skipping laughter. She was a bright yellow sun, warm and full. Mr. Rabbit thought, "I have a hidden wish stirring inside. I don't have anyone to love." Long into the flickering darkness, Mr. Rabbit lay awake while the crystal snow came rustling down. He would find the girl. He marched his feet into the frozen silver dust. Now and again he lifted his ears and heard clouds rumbling far away. Up into the mountains Mr. Rabbit went, straight up, up and up, over thousand-year-old snow fallen on icy rock. Up and up, each climb brought him higher, while the wisping snow fell. Down, down, down through the slate twilight. Mr. Rabbit became careless. He surveyed the distance across a particularly wide, deep gully. He jumped as far as he could, but midway he went down, down, down into the gaping fissure. "Who has come to join me?" asked the darkness. "I am Mr. Rabbit," he said. "I am the darkness," whispered the voice. Just then, the dream fairy appeared. "Mr. Rabbit, Mr. Rabbit, it has been a long while," she said. "Don't worry. There's always magic in the darkness, and I will always be near. Now sleep." In the morning, he was awakened by a little bear holding a snowball. "Watch this," Little Bear said, and he dipped low. "Zip, zingo," Mr. Rabbit said. He had never seen a snowball thrown so far. Then they went to Mr. Bear's home. Mr. Rabbit told the bear about his valley home, about the girl with the twinkling eyes and the growing light of the morning sun. Through the night they talked. The next day, Mr. Rabbit said goodbye to Little Bear and found his way along the mountain path. Little by little, the snow-covered ground gave way to singing grass. Silent pines began to whisper with the whistles of singing of finch and thrush. He listened to the honeysuckle sounds of the daybreak, and far in the distance, Mr. Rabbit saw the blue sea embrace the boundless sky. He began his descent from the land of twilight. Yesterdays were the same before today, he thought. He wiggled his toes and kicked up his heels and danced a jig right then and there in the swirling morning sky that came smack down to his chin. The restless sun swept into the cobalt sky and welcomed the new minted day. Dark green hills rolled under the waving ribbon of orange-tinted morning. "Hello!" he called to a faraway horse, but the slender black horse didn't answer. Follow me, murmured the crinkled river in a voice full of ancient laughter. Hello, creaked a tree. Would you like to sit under my branches? Why, yes, Mr. Rabbit said. He sat in the shade of its high roof of swinging leaves, lovely and cool in the translucent day. And right there he nodded away in the calm day. Sounds faded away, and the "Apologize!" a voice screeched and startled Mr. Rabbit awake. "Apologize!" screamed the large pink bird on long, skinny legs. Said a bird, "Let's poke him." "Yes, let's!" they all cackled together. "Let's poke him until he speaks." "No, please don't poke me," Mr. Rabbit implored. "He's positively dim," chimed in all the birds. "Positively dim. Let's poke him and see if that brings him around. Let's take him to the dungeon." Thick stone walls rose ominously. The castle's windows forbid and extinguished the light. They knocked on a large door, and from inside a face peered out. The jester said, "You are back." The spokesperson, the head flamingo, and the jester talked. Finally, the spokesperson said, "Time to see the Queen." So off they went. "Your Majesty, we are back. Hope you can see us." "Ooh," she said. She was thinking about her weight. She loved sweets of all kinds. "Come in," she said. "Your Majesty, we found this thing sitting in the woods. He did not have our permission to be there. He was trespassing." The Queen frowned at Mr. Rabbit. "Did you bring me any candy?" "Any candy?" "No." "Too bad. Your punishment. To the dungeon you go. Off with you." Seeping darkness flooded the hall. He felt the cold stones on his feet as he was led away, down to the cellar the birds take him, down, 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 into the dungeon. The spokesperson tossed Mr. Rabbit into the prison. He sat on the stone floor and listened to the rushing silence. And in the thick black dark that came down to his feet, he cried. Long into the night he cried. There was no soft bed, nothing except a chest. Mr. Rabbit looked inside, hoping for a golden key to unlock the cell. He felt a soft, warm wind whisper from the box. Inside was a key.